Previously on Spirit Forest.
Hopefully, I can camp in my Viking tent tomorrow night.
I can't get through that. There's like no way. Like, I can park at my neighbor's house. It's a 10 by 10. Let's see here. I'm trying to get it so it's turned towards you. And then you can... Oh yeah, look who dug out her driveway. My nose is starting to get cold. Maybe it's time to go in the tent again. I'll let you know in the next video how Duraflame did in the stove and if it really kept me warm for 3 hours. The storm did come. Good night, buddy. Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. It is the morning and I am going to be making some breakfast here. I had a good night. If you saw the video, this is part 2. So the part 1, I ended the video talking about a Duraflame, and I've never used a Duraflame before, and this was the first time I have used one. So my plan was just to stick it in and then go to sleep. But what I did is I stuck in a bunch of logs and was like, oh, when those burn out, then I'll put the Duraflame in. Well, then I fell asleep. I was tired. If you saw that video, I was busy. I was working hard, so I was really tired. I think I fell asleep around 10 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock I woke up because Rocky was shaking. He shook his blanket off of him. And so I was like, you know, I might as well put the Duraflame on. It says it lasts 3 hours. And that was at 5 o'clock. And currently right now, hold on, I forgot my watch. It's 8 o'clock right now. And the Duraflame's still going. You could tell that it's not as hot as it was before because every once in a while I'd peek over to see what my thermos stat was on my stove. And it's not as hot as it was, but it's still going, which is good because it's nice and warm here. I'm warming some water, gonna make some oatmeal like I always do for breakfast. And yeah, so it's been pretty good. It's a little flurry outside right now. We do expect another storm today. It did snow most of last night, but it was more flurry, so it wasn't even like an inch, if that. It wasn't even that. It might have rained a little bit too, to be honest with you. Tent did really well. The tent did really well. There's a lot of leakage in this tent, so a lot of air gets into the tent. It's not like a hot tent, you know. I need to make some modifications to it. Probably not going to be this year. So let me make some oatmeal and have some breakfast, and then I think, I don't know if I want to pack up quite yet because I kind of want to just spend some time here at Spirit Forest. I do need to chop some more wood. My last video I showed you, I made a log with 3 logs, so that way I could have it like a chopping block for my logs. And so I want to continue to chop some more wood for the next time I come out here. Packing up does take a while. It takes a while, so it's like I can't add any more wood into this stove, which means I'm going to get cold. Last night was about 13 degrees. For some reason, I was able to get on my phone and find out what the temperature was, and it's 19 degrees right now. It's supposed to get into the mid 30s today. Probably around 32 or 34, somewhere around there. So, okay, let me have my breakfast, and then I'll see how the day goes, and I'll bring you along. So come join me. You know what's really weird? Is that my water never froze last night. Like, there isn't even ice in there. That's really weird. I mean, it's really cold, but it was 13 degrees last night, and my water should have froze, right? I don't understand. I think I showed you this before. So you don't have to dirty dishes and have to wash dishes. Is that you can just eat it right out of the bag. It's a fast way to do it. So, not to keep talking about this topic, I won't talk about it again after this, but last night when I was talking to you, I was talking about how my neighbor came by, and he was shocked that I was camping because it's so cold and the weather's, well, it's kind of crappy out right now. And he called me hardcore. And then I was talking about it last night with you. And as I was falling asleep, I was thinking about it again. And I was thinking in my head, what's hardcore to me? If I were to say, wow, you're hardcore, what's hardcore to me? And hardcore to me would be someone on the top of a 14,000 foot mountain and camping on top of that mountain. That would be hardcore. Or climbing Everest to me would be hardcore. That to me is hardcore. Like, hardcore is like up here, you know? I think I'm just like challenging me a little bit. So it's hardcore. I don't know what the other levels are, but I'm like down here. And that's hardcore. This is like glamping. And if you saw videos, I think it was 2 years ago, or was it last year? Maybe it was last year. I was camping on this property, and I just slept on the ground. You know, maybe that's more hardcore than this. That's the next level up. Oh, there's like there's bugs out now. How is that possible? I don't know. It's getting cold in the tent now. This fire is still going. I gotta show you this. It says it's 3 hours it burns, but let me show you. Okay, you ready? This is a Duraflame. And you can see, like, right down there, that hasn't even been burnt yet. Look at the flame go up in that tube. I don't think it's even close to being done. I don't know. I'm definitely going to time this thing. What are we at? About 3.5 hours right now. And I wouldn't be able to boil water. Do you see the thermostat back there? It keeps it comfortable in here. It's probably about 30, 38, 37, somewhere around there. So it's keeping it comfortable in the tent. But I'm amazed at how long this thing lasts. This is crazy. Thank you, Letty, for this idea. I might have to do this again. Maybe when I go camping with the kids, I'll bring one of these, because they always complain of how cold it is in the morning. And then I have to keep loading the stove, because all I have is aspen. And this stuff burns really, really fast. I would like to leave at some point today, so this thing needs to be done within like an hour. because then I need to wait for this stove to cool down before I can put it away, or else I'm stuck here until this thing cools down. I have packed up the tent. Well, I haven't put everything away because my car's over at Dave's right now, which is my neighbor, in case you didn't see the video before. Oh, it's really bright. If you didn't see the video before, this is again part 2. So part 1, I didn't know if I was going to be able to stay here because I couldn't get into my driveway, and called up the neighbor, and he was able to, he let me park in his driveway. So I think I'm going to go over to Dave's house. Maybe he's there, and maybe he'll let you guys join me. He's a really friendly guy. If you want a neighbor, you want a neighbor like Dave, let me tell you. Tent is almost packed up here. I got the cot all situated. That thing is really heavy. God, I wish I had I don't have my my sled this time. Usually I have a sled that I can bring up the hill, but not this time. You guys are going to see me struggle putting this stuff up the driveway. And there's my other stuff and my shovel. And check this out. I couldn't untie it. It's still frozen. It's like frozen solid. I can't even move this. It's so frozen. The fire's pretty much out. So just so you know, I had to break it up because you can still see it's still kind of smoking in there. I bet this thing would go 5 hours. I bet, and that's a Duraflame. My first time using a Duraflame. I bet it would go 5 hours. I was like pounding on this thing trying to get it to break up, so then that way it would cool down. Because I can't leave until this stove cools down and I can pack it up. It's been kind of a pain, but I think I'm just keeping this door open right now, so that way it'll just kind of cool down a little bit faster, hopefully. And I gotta pack those. There's still some things I have to pack and put away. And then I always bring way too much wood. I keep thinking that that's like way too much wood. That's probably all the wood I used last night. I don't know. So I put twice as much wood in the tent. I guess it's better have too many than not enough, right? And have to get up in the middle of the night and go get more wood. There's a wood stack of mine. It's getting a little smaller. In case you were wondering about my chainsaw class that I've been looking for, I have found one. There's one actually in Colorado Springs and another one in Golden. The weekend that they were doing one, I was actually having somebody in town, and so I wasn't able to do that one, but I am going to look into that a little bit more, but that means one more weekend not in the mountains. So I'm just, I got that stack of wood. I got some more wood that's down there, so I'm doing okay right now. I also am thinking of calling that tree guy again to come over. If you guys remember last year, I had a guy come out here and he chipped all the trees that were dead. So I might have him come out here again, and I don't know, maybe I could take a class from him too. I mean, this is what he does for a living, and he's worked for the parks and stuff like that. So I might see if he'd be willing to teach me in a one-on-one. I think that would be good as well. And again, I don't plan on falling any trees, you guys. I don't plan on falling any more trees. I just want to create some more logs. My stack over here is getting a little wimpy over there. So, if the snow ever melts, I got some big drifts in here. It's pretty crazy. Like, I was standing there and I am really tall. If you didn't see this yesterday too, that's my new chopping block. What I did is I tied all those together. That was a recommendation from a subscriber. I love YouTube because I can't think of something and I'll ask you guys and you guys will come up with something. There you go. I'm showing you how tall I am, but you really can't tell. I'm like way above my tent because I am standing on what probably is like 3 to 4 feet of snow. But you can see, I don't know what's up with this spot and I'm probably going to fall in any moment. But I fell in all those and fell in over here. But for some reason right here, I'm okay so far. If the camera falls down, you'll know why. So I think we go over to Dave's, see if he will let me show you his cabin. He's got a really unique cabin. Like he even has a fire pole in his cabin. Oh goodness. You gotta have your foot go exactly in the holes or else. Yeah, he's got a fire pole in his cabin and he bought the cabin, I think it was under foreclosure or something like that, and he bought it and the people just left everything in the house. And the funny thing is he left everything there too. So everything in the house is not even his. And he's had this cabin for, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 7 to 8 years. Okay, let's get over to Dave's. I want to thank him for letting me park there. I'm gonna bring a leash this time. I don't like putting Rocky on a leash when I'm up here, but we're going to be walking on the road. So I'm going to put a leash on him. Rocky's having a hard time getting up and down the driveway, but because it's still morning, maybe he can stay on top. Yesterday I had a neighbor come over and he didn't know this neighbor, so he freaked out and he goes charging. He made it halfway and then turned around. He goes charging, he was like screaming and yelling, you know. And then he's like, screw that, Mom, you're on your own. Oh yeah, see, he can stay on top. That's not too bad. He was trying to follow my footsteps. He's wondering, he's like, where is your car? So yesterday, okay, I gotta make sure I put my foot in the right step. This is gonna be a pain to carry all my stuff. I wonder if I can make a sled in some way or another. I don't know. Oh, I wonder if I can stay on top. Whew, look at that. Okay, be quick too, be quick. Oh, you know I'm gonna fall over. Yep. Okay. Well, Rocky, get out of the street. Come back over here. Get back over here. Okay, I'm gonna get up this driveway, and then we'll chat a little more on the way to Dave's. He's so excited to be out. This is an acre that I want to buy. It's right next to mine. But the owners, they said they just don't know. And they'll get back to me sometime. They don't know when. And so I was like, oh, okay. They haven't even been here in like 4 years. And I'm like, why own land that you don't even travel to? I don't understand that. Okay. We're almost there. It was really cold this morning and now the sun's out. It's warming up pretty good. I hope he lets me show you his house, the inside of it. Oh man, if I go on the inside, I gotta take off my waders and my boots and then put them all back on. It's a pain. It's a bit of a pain. Isn't the aspen's pretty? It's so pretty here in the fall because this area has a lot of aspens in it. And I love it. A lot of trees and stuff. Rocky, come over here, buddy. Come on. I gotta get him on a leash. Okay, come here. Come on, Rox. He's too excited. He's got a pretty nice driveway. I like it. So I kind of showed a little bit of the exterior of the cabin when I was in my last video, because I parked my car here. I think he's here. Yes. And he's so nice, you guys. I see his car, so. Isn't that a beautiful cabin? And he overlooks the mountains. And he's got this like sea nautical look to it. He's here, but he's not answering his door. I think he's in the shower. Here's his view. Isn't this beautiful? I love it. He is a lot higher than me, so he can actually see the mountains from his place. It looks awesome. I'm going to try a couple more times, and if I can't get him to answer the door, then I'll go back to my property. So it turned out Dave was there, he answered the door, but you know, he was in his PJs and stuff. I didn't want to interrupt him and his wife with a video. So another time I'll have to show you his cabin. It's pretty cool. It's very unique and different. I'm going to be walking down his driveway. You could see how beautiful his view from his driveway is. I got some information regarding snow plowing and the cost of snow plow and all that kind of stuff, which was good. And the guy that he uses. So who knows next year? You never know if it's going to snow or not. You know, you don't want to pay something if it's not even really going to be worth it. But he obviously gets his driveway plowed. I'm back home. Rocky's eating snow. He's all excited for the snow again. He's so funny. One minute he hates the snow, the next minute he's excited for it. One more trip, which is the tent. That's the hardest one. Because I think it might be the heaviest. Ooh. Rock, you not doing it again? I think he's gonna stay up there. He's the smart one. My water tastes like couscous. That's what I ate last night. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm done. It's a lot of work. Taking this up, putting it down, hauling everything back to the city, hauling everything back. Again, I keep the frame here, but I haul everything else to and from the city, and that in this snow it's like 4 or 5 times as much work, and I'm exhausted. I think yesterday I might have overdid it a little bit. Me? No. And I can't sit still, so I haven't really sat, and I've just been putting stuff in and out. It takes a while, you know. I've debated on keeping it up. It's just like I want to make this canvas last, you know, so I can do it again in another year or 2, you know. And if I keep it up, it's possible it won't be able to handle this much snow that we've had here, and I just don't want to break it. So I just have to spend the energy to put it up and put it down each time. You know, why go to the gym? When you have an imagination like mine, you don't need the gym, because this is the stuff that gives me my workouts, and I've been working out all day. So I'm going to take this down. I'm gonna show you guys. I don't think you guys ever seen me take it down. I don't think so, but I'm going to put it on fast forward. It's probably pretty self-explanatory. I unclipped the sides. Some of the problems that I've noticed, not only this time, but the time before, is that the floor, remember how I had the floor, it folds in? Again, this is for my subscribers that watch my stuff a lot. My tent folds in on the inside. Well, that gets frozen and it sticks to the ground, and I almost have to rip the canvas to get it up. I'm sure there's better ways to do that than what I'm doing, but it's not warming up, and I need to take it down. It's time. There is another storm coming. It's supposed to come around 2 o'clock, and it's 1 o'clock right now. So I have an hour, and taking this down actually is pretty fast. That's why I'm gonna film the whole thing. It's usually pretty fast taking it down. So let's do this. I'm done. I got it. And of course, I have to go hike to go get my car. It's at Dave's. I will be taking Rocky with me, but I'm not going to take you with me this time. I gotta hike this up the hill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Dave's. I'm going to pull up my car and then load it. And then I'm going to start driving back to the city. And I see the mountain range that I have to go over. It's not looking too pretty over there. I think there's a storm going on the other side of the pass. It might take me a while to get home. I'm tempted just to stay. But I'm not putting all this stuff back up. And I have to work tomorrow. So, this video series is a two-part series. I started this video at my home. So I am actually going to end this video at my home as well. And so you can see the effort it takes to unload the car and get everything all back in its place. If you're interested in that, watch that. If not, thanks for watching my adventure here. And if you haven't seen part one, see part one. And it's been a lot of fun. I recorded another video today that I'll be posting here shortly. And it was kind of talking about starting over. And hopefully you enjoy that video. I don't know when it will post. It's going to take me a while to edit these videos. So, and then I also have a video that's going to post on how I built this this tent here and all the details of it. If I can, I'm going to try to get all the dimensions for you in case you wanted to build this tent on your own Viking tent or A-frame, whatever you want. You know, it has been a lot of fun. I really like it. There's a couple things I changed to it, but really not much. Okay, it's time for me to head out. So I think the next time I see you, I will be at home. Unless there's a storm, I might take a picture of the storm I'm driving through. I don't know. But if you leave now, thanks again. And if you're staying on, I'll see you at my house as I unpack. Bye-bye. If you have chosen to continue to watch, thank you. Thank you for that. I am ending the video, like I said, at my house. And I did end up driving through a snowstorm. However, the roads were okay. They were just a little wet. But it was snowing pretty hard on the way back. But then once I got into the city, it pretty much cleared up pretty good. And I think it was about 50 degrees or so in the city, so it kind of felt like summer in the city area, which was kind of nice. So I got home, and I have to be honest, I parked the car in the garage, I shut the garage, and I was like, I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna unpack the car later, because what I planned on doing was taking out the tent and airing out the tent, but then I looked at the sky and it looks like it was gonna rain, and I didn't want to bring the tent out if it was gonna rain, because my whole point was to dry the tent. So I just decided to keep the tent in the car. I got in the house, and you know what I did? I did nothing. I made a bath. And I got in the bath and lit some candles, and then I downloaded all the videos from my trip this weekend, and I laid in bed and edited the video so that I could post it on the next Tuesday, which was only like 2 days away. And I stayed up till about 11 o'clock or so, I think it was, and just edit videos. I really enjoy editing the videos for you guys. I don't spend a huge amount of time at it, you know. I could do a lot better in my video editing, but I wanted to, I don't know, I kind of had fun. I had fun looking at it, and it was gonna be a long video. I'm a little nervous about that. It's posting tomorrow.
It's probably the longest video I've ever done. Usually I cut them up and do part 1, 2, and 3. But in this case, I decided to keep it at close to a 2-hour video. I'm going to see how well it does. I've seen some other people recently post pretty long videos, so I wanted to try it. So yeah, I spent a lot of time on the video editing, and then I got up in the morning and I had the kids over at the house the following morning. The girl's daddy dropped them off, and then I started working. And then after working, I had to go over and go to my horse. My horse, when I leave town, I put her out in the pasture so she could just kind of roam free. And then when I get back here, I actually just put her in her stall and I brushed her. You know, I try to be with her at least 4 days a week with my horse. But she's been a mess, and the arena's been a mess and dirty and muddy, and so I haven't really been able to ride her that much this month at all. And I'm hoping that, or in the last month, and so I'm hoping this month I'll be able to ride her more. So I just need to kind of condition her again to be ridden. So I'll be out there a lot during the week. And then I came home. I haven't even made dinner yet. I took a shower, so I'm all nice and clean, just from being at the stable. And then I unloaded the car, and I have spread the tent all around my basement because it's so cold outside. I'm afraid that it's not going to dry, so I have it drying in my house. And I'm hoping that it will dry. My whole basement now smells like smoke. And, well, that's okay. It'll eventually go away. And then I also had to unpack my my backpack, which had my sleeping bag in it. Because what you really want to do when you're backpacking too, and I did actually pack everything in a backpack, so you really want to take out your sleeping bag and lay it out. You don't really want that to be all tucked away. It's better for the sleeping bag to be to lay it out or in a bigger bag. So I'm tired, if you couldn't tell by my voice. I'm exhausted. I end up working some more tonight, and I'm worn out. It's about 11 o'clock right now, and I'm calling it a night. I am done. I hope to get up and camp soon. I hope to edit all the videos so that I have them for you. I do, like I've said before, I do have some videos coming up that are going to be in queue. I just need to fine-tune them a little bit, and then I'll be able to post them for you. So again, thank you for staying until the end of this video. And if you did, just let me know. I'm just kind of curious at how many people watched all the way through part 1 and all the way through part 2. If that was you, if you could just leave a comment, even if you don't comment usually, just leave something quick. Yes, I watched the whole thing because I'm kind of curious how many of you actually watched the whole video. I'm curious. So anyways, I'm going to say good night because I'm going to bed now. I'm worn out. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. So good night and goodbye.